So this is the first portion of learning how to thread your machine. So we've already winded our bobbin, it's ready to go. Now, just a quick reminder, if you're using your own thread from home, you're going to put the thread on the spool pin here, and you're going to put your spool pin disc to secure the thread in place, and then place it down. Then you're going to thread the machine just like I'm going to show you with the school thread today. Now, because most of you will have school thread, you're going to take your spool pin, put it in here, and you're going to take your school thread. Now, one thing is you want to make sure that your bobbin color thread and your spool thread are the same color. They can't be different colors, else it will look funny when you're sewing. So the first step is we're going to be using our thread guides. So the first thread guide we learned about is this little black thing here that moves up and down. Make sure you're very careful with it. You don't want it to break. So you're going to pull your thread, and the first step is you're going to come underneath the black thing here like that. So once you've done that, the thread's actually going to naturally fall down this first part of what looks like a U shape right here. Now you'll notice, if you want to zoom in here, at the bottom of the machine, it says step number 2. And it's showing you with the arrow where to put the thread around. So I've brought the thread down on the right side. So you want to make sure that your thread follows that arrow direction. And I'm going to bring it up like this. Now I want to make sure, and this is very important, that I keep the thread to the right side of the take-up lever. And I'm going to bring it around. And then, after that, I'm going to hold my thread here so the thread doesn't pull, and I need to pull up on the take-up lever or Waldo, whatever you call it, until it snaps in like that. You can even double check to make sure that it snaps in. You can open the side and you can have a look here. So what you'll notice is it comes right through the take-up lever hole there. Now the second thing you have to make sure is that your threads aren't crossed over. If they're crossed over, you've come up the wrong side and gone backwards. You want to make sure that you're coming up this way, working from right to left and down. Now that I've come down here, I'm going to use my second thread guide. So there's a tiny, I'll turn on the light here. There's a tiny little thing right there. And what you're going to do is you're going to tuck the thread behind, just like that. Now your machine should be turned off while you're threading, because you don't want the needle to go up and down or hurt you while you're threading. After that, you're going to take your thread, and you can lick it if you want to make it a little bit stronger at the end, and you're going to stick it through the tiny hole, which you probably can't see until you look at your own machine, in the part of the needle. So there's a hole right there next to my fingernail. So I lick the thread, and I'm going to push the thread through. Oh, I may need to cut it just to make it a little sharper. I'm going to push the thread through, and I want to make sure I'm pushing it through from front to back. Just like that. So as you can see, I'm slowly putting the thread through the needle. Oh, my hand's in the way there. Just like that. And I want to pull the thread now. So I'm going to grab the thread, and I'm going to pull it. And you want to make sure it goes this way, from front to back. So once I've pulled it all the way through, make sure it doesn't knot anywhere. It will look just like this, and it will come straight down with your needle. And then the last step is you need to take this thread, and you're just going to tuck it inside your presser foot, wherever the opening is, and put it back like that. Turn on the light so you can maybe have a better look. And those are the steps of the first part of threading your machine.